Hi, this is Brian Hartzog from WordMacroClass.com. Thank you for checking out this video. Make sure you sign up on my mailing list so you can get the entire series of videos as I create them. And in this video, I'm going to show you a macro that I've created and added to my normal template. I use it all the time. I have the hotkey for it memorized, and this is part of my daily work life. It saves me a little time when navigating through documents, and the purpose of showing you this today is to give you a little bit more exposure to how you can edit macros in the Visual Basic Editor after you've recorded them. So this is the way I like to teach people how to write macros, and I don't expect you to have any programming knowledge when you start. You get started by recording macros and then making minor edits to those macros to make them more and more powerful. I'll just give you a quick example of that today with this macro. Let's say, for example, you're working on this. This is a installation, chapter 2 of an installation document. Let's say I'm a technical writer and I want to make sure that every time I use the word pre-installation in this document that I used it correctly, either it was formatted correctly, spelled correctly, or that the context of the sentence I'm using was written correctly. This can be great for anybody really in the computer environment, office professional environment, anybody that's a business analyst or a quality assurance analyst that needs to zip through, let's say, a test case and find every occurrence of a particular application name or any text you select. So my macro is assigned to the function key Alt-F, and I have that memorized, which is easy to do because it reminds you of Alt-Find. So with the text selected, let's say I want to find the next occurrence of the word pre-installation. I'd press my hotkey Alt-F, it runs the macro and zips me along the document to every occurrence, one at a time, every time I press the hotkey. So I'm going to clear out my macro and start from scratch, and we will create this macro together step by step. So hope you'll follow along. Okay, I'm back. So let's get started with this, with recording the macro steps first, and then we'll edit them. We want to start this macro with some text selected because that's the purpose of our macro. It's the condition we'll have before we run the macro every time. So let's start there. So we're going to select the text pre-installation. And now we're going to record the macro. I'm going to type in a name. I'm going to call it find. Ooh, got the caps lock on. Find selected text. I can assign it to a button if I wanted to appear on this toolbar, but I want to be able to run this thing really quick with a hotkey. And so I want to press the keyboard button, and then I assign it to Alt-F. You can see it's currently unassigned. I'll save it in my normal template, which means it's going to be available to me all the time, no matter what document I have open. And then I click Assign and close that. And now we're in record mode. You can tell that the pause button is visible. So what I'm going to do first is I'm just going to copy this text by using Control-C. So that text is in the clipboard. And then I'm going to do a find. I can either hit Control-F. I'm big on hotkeys. Or you can click the find button here. I'm just going to paste the text in. And click Find Next. You can see Word has moved to the next occurrence of this text. I'm going to hit Cancel now. And that's basically what we want the macro to do. Okay, so let's first see what would happen if we were to run this macro as is. Let's select the text pre-installation, and then I'm going to press Alt-F, and it searched the current selection for our text. Do I want to search the remainder of the document? Yes, and it found, because we had a space, it found this occurrence right here. This is not exactly what we want, is it? Right? So what we're going to do is edit this macro. In fact, let's run it again from here and see if this text was selected, if it does exactly what we want. We'll press Alt-F, and it does move to the next occurrence of the document. But as you can tell, when we tested it, it didn't quite give us exactly what we wanted. So let's investigate a little bit and edit. So I did that quickly. Let me do it where you guys can follow along. Macros. The macro shows up here. I'm going to click Edit. This brings us to the Visual Basic Editor. And in the right pane here, you can see the steps that it recorded that we did. Now, it doesn't always record exactly like you want, and sometimes it does a really good job. But sometimes you do need to edit to add in additional functionality as well. You can see it did a selection.copy, which we actually don't even need in our macro. So let's just delete that. It just puts the text in the clipboard, but we have another way to do that. So you can tell here with these steps, it clears the formatting of the find box, and then it runs all these steps between the with and the end with to set up the find box, and then it executes the find, and that's all it does. Now we need to make 2 edits to this macro to get it to work correctly. And the first is, we don't always want it to find the text pre-installation. What we want it to do is to find whatever text is selected. So the way you write that command in Word is selection.range. Now notice, I'm going to back up here. When I press the period in this editor, Word helps us to know what commands are available after any command we start typing, which is really cool. Range means a block of text. It have a start point and an end point, and it's just a whole range of text. Because we use selection first, it means the selected range. Okay, so I'm just going to click that text to add in this command to Word. Now, you're not going to know that at first. There are a few commands that you're going to learn through the process of taking my courses, and really that one's not too hard to remember, and it will provide you a lot of value. Another one that we can do here, you can see the wrap function. Now this occurs in a find or a replace, and you can see word find ask. Now this is a setting in the find box that means when it gets to the end of the document, it will ask you if you want to start again at the beginning. This is not what we want. We want it to stop when it reaches the end of the document. And this is a change that you will often find you will want to make, and I'll show you how to use this to create really advanced macros. So those are the only 2 edits we want to make, and I'm going to hit stop, close to close the window. So now let's try it again with our text selected. And we're going to press Alt F, and you can see it goes through the document just like we wanted. And we get to the end, it doesn't ask us to go back to the start. Now, if you wanted to leave that in for this particular macro, you could, but that is one editing command I wanted to show you because we can really use that a lot later. So there you have it. It wasn't too bad to edit this macro to give us something that's really powerful, because we don't just have to select the word pre-installation. We could select the word process, or we could select the word just the word install, and you can see how if you're in the middle of editing a document or updating a test script, you can really zip through to find what you want, and it's a real quick macro to create. If you like this macro, hopefully you'll stop by the website wordmacroclass.com and sign up for the mailing list, or pick up one of my courses where I teach you how to create really advanced Word macros starting with no programming knowledge. So hopefully you'll come along for the ride. Thanks.